Hello again, students. It's Miss San, and I am back with you with a video on how to tune a ukulele. I know that many of you have ukuleles at home, or you've gotten excited about playing and you've gone out and bought a ukulele, and ukuleles can be very frustrating at first because they do not like to stay in tune. So it's really important to know how to tune a ukulele, because you're going to have to do it when you get a new ukulele. You're going to have to do it 2 or 3 times while you're playing. They go out of tune very, very quickly because the strings just need that time to stretch out. You're going to tune them and they're going to relax. And you're going to tune them and they're going to relax. So don't get too frustrated if your instrument goes out of tune a lot. But I'm going to show you an app that I use to make tuning the instrument really, really easy. And I'm going to show you how to be really careful while you are tuning your ukulele. An out-of-tune ukulele sounds pretty terrible. Okay, not so great. And if I try to play chords, they start to sound pretty funny. So a ukulele is a pretty simple instrument. It's nice and small, really handheld. It has a body and a neck and a head. And on its head we have tuning pegs. And how many tuning pegs do you see? There's 4 tuning pegs because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 strings. So each tuning peg is connected to a specific string, and we want to be really careful that when we are trying to tune a string, we know exactly which tuning peg is connected to it. Because if we are twisting a different tuning peg while we are listening to a string that's not connected to it, we are going to snap those strings. On a guitar, the strings are made of metal most of the time, and on these ones, they're made of plastic. And like I said before, they're very stretchy, which is why they keep relaxing when we originally get an instrument. So we don't want to snap them. We don't want to snap them because they can break pretty easily. Okay, so I use an app called Guitar Tuna. I use it in my classroom when I have to tune my wall of 25, 30 ukuleles. And I find it really, really easy. It's very helpful. When you first download the app, and you can download it on an Apple phone or on an Android phone, you will see a guitar and the head of the guitar with its 6 pegs, but you can also see a settings wheel up across from the words Guitar Tuna, and I'm going to touch that. I can't show you that on screen, but I'm going to touch that, and when I bring up the settings, it tells me that tuning guitar standard. I am tuning a standard guitar at the moment. Right now, I want to tune a ukulele instead, so I'm going to press the button that says tuning, and when I do that, it brings up my most recent options. Now, this app does have some free offerings, and then there's a lot of things that are with a purchase. Guitar is for free. My ukulele is for free. However, I have heard in the past that the ukulele might cost $1 or $2 to have access to that. So if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I also think it's really worth it. You don't have to send away for a tuner. You can have it on your phone or your iPad or anything like that, and it makes it really quick and easy. So I'm going to press the words ukulele soprano in C, and that's going to change the app to show the head of a ukulele with its 4 tuning pegs. And it even shows us the pitches that those pegs should be tuned to. It shows the G, the C, the E, and the A. So I'm going to put this down, and I'll show you the corresponding strings. So the G, the tuning peg that it showed right here, and the picture on the app is oriented this way. Okay, so the G is connected to my top string, and I can verify that by following my string until I find where it's wound, and it is in fact connected to that one. So when I want to tune my G, I'll show you what's happening on the app here. I'm gonna have to put a little more effort in. When I want to tune my G string, I'm plucking the G on my ukulele. Oops. Excuse me, you're so small, it's hard to hold. It's telling me that the G is too low. So I know in order to make a pitch sound higher, I need to tighten the string. So that's what I'm going to do. And when I tighten it, I'm going to tune it just a little without listening. I don't like to do that, but for the sake of this video. You might notice that the red pin has gotten a little bit closer to that center line. Okay, I'm going to put this down, and as I keep strumming, or plucking, I guess, because I'm plucking one string at a time, as I keep plucking that G string, I'm going to turn very, very slightly. I'm tightening it, so I'm going to turn it that way, and I'm going to watch my app so I can see when I get exactly to the right spot. I can hear it getting higher. And now my app goes ching and tells me that I've done the right thing. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my C string. My C string is different on the ukulele from the other strings. It's very thick looking. It's much wider than the other strings because it's a lower sound. I'm going to verify where the C string is connected. Right there. Top peg on the outside. And now I'm going to play it. And my app is telling me that it's too high. Too high. So I'm going to twist it in an opposite direction this time. And I'm going to use my ears and be smart. And as I twist, I'm going to make sure the sound is getting lower. Okay, it's getting lower. I'm going very little at a time. Gone a little too far. Cool. And I'll even show you what it looks like when it says, yeah, you did it right. Okay. So I'm going to move on to my next string. And I want to verify where this one's connected. So I follow it. Oh, that goes to this outer peg here. It tells me it's too low, so I'm going to tune it tighter. Now, if I accidentally was tuning it looser, I would hear the pitch going down and I would see my app going in the wrong direction. I want it to go towards the middle line that says I'm tuning it correctly. So if I'm watching, I can realize that I'm making a mistake. So now I'm going to go the other way. And you might find it a little annoying to hear this sound repeatedly. But it's really important because as you're tuning, that pitch is constantly changing. So you want the device to hear your pitch as it changes, so it can adjust its instructions to you. So that one's all set, and I'm gonna go to my final string. And that one also says too low, so I'm gonna make it tighter. I hear the pitch getting higher. Nice, and now I can pretend I'm relaxing on the beach, right? Okay, so like I said, if you have a new ukulele, please don't get disheartened by the fact that it keeps going out of tune. After a couple of weeks of use, maybe a month, it'll stop going out of tune. And now I can come back to this thing time and time again, and it's almost always in tune. I might have to adjust one string. Another note, though, is that when your instrument is very out of tune, because it's very new, once you get here and you've finished adjusting the last string, you might find that this string or this string or this string has already gone out of tune. So you just want to quickly check. It won't be far out of tune, but quickly recheck those strings and just re-put them in tune, because adjusting them sort of throws the other ones very, very slightly out of whack. And if you really have to crank on it to get it in the right position, then it's gonna be adjusting those other pitches noticeably. So don't be disheartened. After a while, it will settle down, everything will stretch out accordingly, and it'll start to stay in tune. And you'll be a pro by then. So happy playing.